This is Mrs. Marsha Mullins here. Today's date is August 29, 2025, and she's here to talk about her daddy who was in World War II. Now, she's from Henderson, Kentucky, and we won't say her age because she's probably about 35.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, can't say a woman's age. Her husband just was interviewed, but we're going to interview her, and she's going to talk about her daddy as much as she knows. Her brother knows more, but we're still going to talk about her daddy. Now tell us what year your daddy was born, 1921 to 25 of some kind.
Yeah, he was born November 1926.
Okay, so he was a baby in World War II. That's about the last year we would let a person in World War II unless they lied about their age.
Yeah,
He was a baby.
It was November 30th.
Okay, November 30th, 1926. He's a baby in World War II. So he went to Henderson County School, is that right?
Weaverton High School.
What?
Weaverton, it's in Henderson County. It's before our county and city high schools were built.
I see, so it was a high school before. Is it
Yes.
down, what part of the city was that at Beaverton also?
Weaverton is in the east end of Henderson.
East End, so it's over by Geneva?
Well,
No, that's west, so it's over towards,
It's out of town. Geneva's out of town.
It's in the city of Henderson.
I see.
But it's on the east side.
and it was called what?
Weaverton.
Weaverton, that's where your daddy went to high school. Okay, and when did he marry your mama?
He married my mom about a month before he went into the service.
Okay, so he got married in 44 or 45?
45.
45, okay, happened a lot. A lot of babies are born in 46, 47 because of those marriages. So he married her before he went in. Was she from the same high school?
Yes.
What's her name, her first maiden name and last name?
Joyce Adkins Owens.
So Joyce Atkins, she wasn't related to Ruth Atkins who ran Ellis?
Yes.
Okay, Ruth Atkins ran Ellis Park, which is our famous park here, for about 20 years, and she was my boss for 4 years. So Ruth Atkins is a famous person with Dade Park or Evansville Racing. So your mother was her aunt.
No. My mother was her sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. Okay, so your brother married Ruth Atkins, yeah, and then she got remarried, I think.
That's who. No, Ruth was married before and had, and then at some point in time she divorced. And my uncle, which is my mother's brother, is an Atkins.
Married. So I always call her Ruth
seven
Atkins.
times.
I see. So she ran the track
Right.
from probably 1965 to 75 or so. Then a guy named Bush took over. But she was a very good, she had to handle a lot of tough people.
She was a tough lady.
She had to handle tough. You had those horsemen and everybody wanted it their way, but you did it Ruth's way. She was tough. So when I got hired by her, I called her, or she called me because I went out and put an application in, and she called me at the house, and I was goofing off on the phone. And I said, it's Joe's Bar and Grill, and I heard her on the other end of the line. I said, oh my God, I hung up. And she called back about 2 minutes. Did you just answer that phone and say Joe Bar and Grill? I said, and I stumbled around. I don't know if I told her the truth or not, but she finally hired me, and I worked there for 4 years. I worked at the parking the cars, then I worked behind the selling tickets for 3 years. So I knew Ruth for years. I really liked Ruth. And see, you knew her because she's your aunt.
Well, my uncle was sheriff of Henderson County.
Oh, was he really? Mr. Atkins?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
And then his dad was deputy. Oh, now he was in the city department. He's not sheriff. What is it?
Mayor or manager, city manager.
No, he was.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Or he's on Congress.
They call him chief.
Yeah.
That's what they called him.
Yeah, they probably
Chief
assistant.
of police.
Chief of police, okay.
He was chief of police by granddaddy.
Wow.
And then his son became sheriff later on in years.
Clyde Atkins.
Yeah.
Clyde Atkins.
Clyde Atkins.
Wow, so you had a lot of police there.
Senior and junior. And then Uncle, we called him Uncle Junior because he was Clyde Junior. He married Ruth, but he met Ruth at the racetrack because he had retired from being sheriff and went to security.
And he worked at security there, tracking.
And that's how he met her.
I see, I never knew that part.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, did you know Clarence Wood?
I didn't know him, but I knew of him.
Okay, Clarence Wood owned the biggest and prettiest house in Anderson up on top of the hill,
Yeah,
a
I know
White
where he
House.
is.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
and he ran the Trocadero, okay, so I had a
Right.
date with a girl that was related to him, said, let's go see this guy. I said, I didn't wanna see him, but I went anyway. We went to the big White House, his wife got me some tea, and we sit and talk, and Clarence sat in the basement, okay, and I wonder why he's in the basement. And there were more guns there than I ever knew, the whole walls are guns, he'd sit in the middle of the basement, we never went upstairs, it was always in the basement.
There's
So-
tails on him.
and so
Big
what had
time.
happened is he owned the Trocadero, and I think he shot somebody who was in the
Yeah,
mafia,
that's
so
the
he's
shooter.
scared the mafia's gonna come after him.
Yeah.
So he was paranoid the rest of his life, and this was 1968. I was down there in his basement, but Clarence Wood owned half of Henderson. He was pretty
Well,
wealthy.
Sharon and I are the same age. It's,
That's his wife?
no, it's his daughter.
Daughter.
Yeah,
Is she-
Sharon Woods.
Is she still over there?
I can't remember if she is deceased or not.
Uh-huh.
And then Jerry was the son.
And what's Jerry
Jerry
doing?
Woods.
Where's he doing?
Well, I don't know exactly. I never kept up with them, but,
But you knew him, yeah. a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Okay, now, this is a preface, we're trying to, because Trocadero was famous in World War II, the Trocadero was right across from Ellis Park. And Trocadero, my mother would go there, my mother was born in 23, she's 3 years older than her dad. And she would go there, there were famous musicians came there, famous
Beautiful
singers.
place.
Unbelievable, beautiful. It was nightclub city, and all, they, money, and the girls that get there less than 18 or less than 21, but mother said it was the place to be. in
That's
Everett.
right.
And so Clarence Wood run that, and it's across the street from Ellis Park. So it's actually on the Kentucky side, because the river sliced the land.
Yeah, I remember.
So now, we're talking about Daddy.
Yeah.
So he married Mama right out of high school before he went into service. And then just tell us, where he went to basic or where he went into service at all.
Well,
What's his name now?
His
Give me his
name-
whole name.
yeah, his name is Wesley Dennis Owens Jr.
And birthday and death date.
And his birthday is November the 30th, 1926. And he died October the 27th, 2018.
Okay. Lived to be pretty old then,
He
didn't he?
was not about 91.
91,
Uh-huh.
okay. What did he do for a living?
He was an electrician.
Okay.
He
So
owned-
he got out of the service and became an electrician all his life. Okay. Can you tell us anything he did in the service, Miss Mullins?
Well,
Your
that's-
maiden name would be Owens then.
Yes. That's-
Anything you remember?
That's kind of an odd thing because, let's go back, when he was in high school, he graduated from the high school. And from graduation, the graduating class, and he and mother went to a church, Methodist church in Henderson.
The one downtown, the big pretty church.
Well, this was in East End.
East End,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Bennett Memorial Methodist.
Uh-huh.
And they married the night they graduated. So the whole class, which was very few, went and they had a big ceremony there at the church, only with the minister. And I don't even remember I don't know that she said, but I don't think even my grandparents were there. And my great-grandmother lived down the street on Cumnock, and she was mad because they didn't even invite her, and she was right there, So anyway, they got married in May 3rd, 1945. And my dad enlisted in the Army in June of 1945. He went to Alabama, a fort down in Alabama, I don't know the name of it, but that was his basic training.
And then where did he go to Japan?
Yes. He went over to the Pacific Theater via California, got on a ship, took I don't know how many months to get across to Japan. And the ship was pulling into the harbor, and there was a big celebration. The war was over. The war ended as they were going across the ocean, I guess. And anyway, they declared the end of the war.
That was happening probably Tokyo Bay. In Tokyo Bay, the USS Missouri that was signed, I think, on September 2nd or 6th of 1945. Hirohito was there, he was the emperor, and MacArthur was there, and they signed the treaty at that time. Tokyo Bay was full of ships. My dad was on a ship in LST then.
Oh, okay.
They showed the mine, all kinds of planes flew over, just to say the war is over.
Yes.
It was one of the biggest celebrations ever, and your dad was probably on a ship in Tokyo Bay.
Yes.
Then he had to go in and probably do the occupation of
Right.
Japan, which they had to try to get rid of all their guns and their other things, and
Yeah.
so he's probably there a couple years.
He was there to restore calm,
Yes, yeah.
and he would tell tales about having rickshaw races, you know, and then they would hold up cigarettes like this, and then they would just go faster, faster, you know, and whoever won, they got the pack of cigarettes.
And the people were littler than him then. He was a big boy compared to them.
Yeah, and my dad was like 6'2".
And these kids, these
6'3".
Japanese are 5'6" or 5'7".
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
a giant.
Yeah, he was. He was about 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah,
Yeah, he wasn't fat. He was.
yeah. Did he tell any other
Yeah.
stories that he remembered from
Yes,
Japan?
I do. He said that. Also, he said he got cigarette rations. You know how they do.
Yeah.
And he traded his cigarette rations to the guys that were on duty, so he could go play softball. And they would have softball games with the
And he needed the money.
Japanese.
Oh, he would against Japanese. Japanese love baseball
Yeah.
too. Oh,
Well,
I
I could have
bet.
been baseball. I don't know.
No, they love baseball.
Dad
So,
played
what did he play?
softball a lot
Yeah.
later.
But did he
Yeah.
play first base or pitch or what did he play?
pitched.
Pitched. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that was funny. I thought that was funny. And he also had the hotel rooms. They would take the Japanese loved American cigarettes.
Yeah.
Well, Daddy quit smoking, but he still got his rations.
Yeah. So he negotiated with him. What he
So he
said.
negotiated. That was worth money.
Yeah.
As much money as coins or
Yeah.
paper.
So he get yen or something from
Yeah.
him. Or,
And so they said they would take, the Japanese would be wanting their cigarettes, so they'd be at the hotels asking for them.
They went Lucky Strike or Camels. That's what they
Whatever,
had.
yeah, they had. And so he said they would take the cigarette packs. This is terrible. They'd take the cigarette packs, okay, and they would open one end, and they would stuff little sticks inside. And then on the ends, where you would actually open and look at the cigarettes, you could see 4 on each end, right? 2 or 4. So they would put real cigarettes in the ends and seal them back up. And they'd put them on a string and they would lower them to the ground to these Japanese guys. And the guys would send money up to them for their cigarettes. But of course, when they got their cigarettes, they
What?
always like 4 to a pack.
4 to a pack.
So-
And they couldn't do anything. They were
They
mad.
couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cruel, but anyway, that's one of the things they did. But later on, Daddy was assigned to the war crimes trials, and he was in, his job was to stay with, not Hirohito, Tojo. Tojo. And Tojo was a little bitty guy. I mean, I think he was under 5 feet, wasn't he?
Was Hirohito the emperor or Tojo the emperor? Hirohito was the emperor. I think Tojo was probably right under him.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
aren't very tall. I
Yeah.
don't know how tall Tojo was, but he was right near Tojo. And your dad's 6'2".
Well,
He's a foot taller
Oh,
than
he
you.
looked like a
Yeah,
giant.
he was a hoss.
Yeah, Tojo was real small, Daddy
Yeah.
said. He would come like, right here.
Yeah,
And I think he was under 5 foot.
yeah.
But what Daddy did was he would be there with him, kind of gardening in a chair and
Yeah.
a seat. And then when they would call him up to the stand, he had to escort him to the podium
Yeah.
stand where he sat and pull the chair out, let him sit down, put him in his seat, and then stand back and wait for him to finish the testimony or whatever he was giving at that time.
Yeah.
Which is, was a big deal back then.
Oh, that's
You
a
know?
big deal. That's probably in Tokyo, I'll bet.
Yes, it was.
Tokyo,
Tokyo.
yeah.
He was in
And
Tokyo.
those trials lasted probably a month or
A
two.
while.
I don't even know how long. Because they were very, Japanese prison camp was not a fun place to be, and they were probably talking about that, and, you know, the Geneva Convention. and
Right, right.
How you violated, you know, we always talk about the Nuremberg trials, but the Japanese trials are just as important. The Nuremberg happened over in Europe,
Europe.
Germany, and this was really just important.
Yeah.
Your dad was a first-class witness. Your brother probably knows a lot about it. He's gonna have to come over and let me talk to him.
And my brother does know more because he talked to Daddy more about it.
Yeah.
And my brother, before my dad died, he tried to find, Daddy always wanted to see himself on TV. He tried to find himself on TV. He didn't like he wanted to, but he knew
He was there.
he knew exactly where he was and what was
Yeah.
going on, and there was a lot of documentation on that war crime.
That film
Trial.
is probably in the National Archives in Washington D.C. I'll look for that sometime.
My brother never found
And
it.
it'll be available. It'll be available. Cause they probably took, Sojo, or what was his name?
Tojo.
Tojo, they took him to the stand, and they probably had your dad put him in the seat.
Yeah,
Off
that's-
and on, because they wanted to see him, you know,
That's
the
right.
height. So all the stuff from World War II is at the National Archives, and I bet it's in Washington D.C. And we'd have to look at the Japanese crimes, and we can go through the film, and we can find that. I bet that's findable.
Well, he tried and just, you know, just by what he saw on TV, and he never could find himself. And so my brother thought, well, you know, he's getting up in age, and Daddy died at 91, and he thought, well, I'll see if I can find him. So he tried and looked, and finally, my brother came up, I don't know how he found it, but he found him, and the French reporter was over there from France filming the trial. He had all kinds of pictures, and my brother found him.
We need to have a
In
copy of
the
that
picture.
picture and put it here,
Well,
okay?
he made a picture of that
Yeah.
off of
Yeah,
what he found.
yeah.
And it's Daddy. I mean, I
Then you
can,
have to bring a
tell.
copy of that over here. We
You know.
have to have it. That is his story.
but he's got him
Put in his chair.
putting him in his seat there at the trial.
Wow.
So that was kind of neat.
Oh, that's really
But my
important.
brother has many more stories than what I have.
You tell him to come over here. I'm not here every day, but come over and we'll talk, okay?
It's too bad my dad didn't get over here.
Oh, I love hearing him.
Yeah.
Oh, he would even have better stories.
Yeah, he would.
And when Daddy came back, he came back in 47, then they had you,
Yeah, I'm a baby boomer, they call.
your baby boomer, yeah.
I was, my brother was born in 48.
And you were born 48?
49.
Yeah, 49, okay,
Yeah.
you're
Uh-huh.
about my age, yes.
Yeah.
So, how was Daddy's life? He adjusted to it pretty well when he came back. He didn't have a lot of PTSD or other things.
Absolutely none.
He wasn't worried about the war.
Absolutely not. And he always thought that he was not really, I told Morris earlier, he never really had himself as being a veteran.
Yeah, because he didn't think
Because-
he did much, and he got shot at and all that stuff.
That's
That's
right.
how a lot of those guys felt.
Yeah,
But
he said, I
he
don't
still
feel like a
contributed."
veteran
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
was not on the front line, I didn't do anything in the action of the war.
Yeah,
So,
he still did.
That's the way he
yeah.
felt.
Yeah, I know a lot of guys felt that way.
you know,
Well, I can't thank you enough, Miss Mullins, for doing this, and Miss Owens Mullins, and your
Yeah.
daddy was Owens.
Right.
We just talked about him, and he's a tremendous help to American society.
Yeah.
And that was the greatest generation. So, thank you very much.
thank you.